Hi, my name is O'Brien Dennis, and this is Each One, Teach One. So, before I continue, I think it's very important for me to do a disclaimer. So, the conversation that I'm about to have with you is not a reflection of my organization, the O'Brien Dennis Initiative. And the second disclaimer is because of the nature of what I'll be discussing, I think it's very, very important for me to use some Jamaican vernacular, which for some may be rather vulgar and a bit offensive. But I'm a firm believer that in having an honest conversation, we need to use the right words, the right terms, and put things in the context. So this is more of a social commentary of something that happened to me a couple months ago. So we're a couple of days from the end of July, and for those of you who live in the United States, it is Pride Month. And I wanted to have an honest conversation about what being gay is all about, what pride is for me, and conversation that sometimes are uncomfortable to have within the gay LGBTQ community. I think there's other letters that comes after it, but that's okay. So, for those of you who know me, I migrated to the United States 19 years ago, age of 21. I got here because I got raped. Yes, trauma. I've gotten over it though. And I honestly think I've made something worthwhile of myself. It is important for me to first note that there's no direct correlation between the sexual abuse, the rape I experienced back home in Jamaica, and how I identify currently as an adult black man who is gay. That's it. That's just who I am. The assault, the abuse did not result into who I am as a man right now. So after that traumatic experience, I had made a pledge never ever to go back to Jamaica. And for years and then I was one of those persons who was right there up in arms with everybody saying we shouldn't go to Jamaica, we shouldn't support Jamaica because of all of the bullshit that goes on regarding the gay rights movement. Grandma died 5 years ago, so I had to go home. And I had a conversation with my therapist about coming to terms with that trauma and actually going there and going back to three separate locations where I had some severe traumatic experience just for me to get over. Hey, universe, I got over it. The best experience ever. Since then, and let me just be honest, I have been back to Jamaica at least 2 to 3 times every year. If I could be a representative of the Jamaica Tourist Board, which I was as a teenager with the Tourism Action Club, I could honestly say that welcome to Jamaica and feel alright. That's a real slogan. No, so Christmas, my mom and I went to Jamaica, and so you see how I'm dressed. So a lot of my friends usually ask me where I get my clothing from and where I get the jewelry from. So prior to going to Jamaica, I was in Germany and Amsterdam, and while I was there, I got some jewelry that some people kind of liked. I'm saying, you know what? I came up with this idea of buying accessories, bags, chain, ring, earrings, and swim trunks, and bring it home and sell them. So I wanted to sell it at a price where the local person could actually afford it. And one of my reasons for doing it, I remember being there 3 years prior, going to a party, wanted a shirt, and a friend directed me to some place, won't call the name, and they were selling me an H&M shirt, which I recall being sold in the US for about $5, and it's been sold in Jamaica for $15, and I'm like, hell no. So I decided to kind of rectify that issue with the intention of going back home this past Christmas and selling my gear. And I had pre-sales even before I arrived. So I've known in Jamaica, landed, all is well, got my stuff. Didn't get my rental car yet, but here what? I went on a mini bus into Kingston all the way from Westmoreland. And all was well. Had some friends came over the Saturday and the Sunday. And the Monday morning, I did have a few stuff left back. I was heading back to Kingston the following weekend, and I did not want to bring the stuff with me. So I asked a friend of mine to hold on to the stuff. So, hey, we understand that we're all gay, right? Not you, but my friends. And I decided to go on the apps. There's nothing wrong with it. And I advertise about why I'm in Kingston, what I'm doing to get some support. And that's how I got some of the people come over. And so that Monday morning, this young man hit me up and we're having a conversation. I told him what I'm doing, what I'm selling. He said he's interested. He came over. I'm trying to just sim through the story. And came over and I realized that he wanted more than just to buy the wares, because I told him what was going on and showed him the goods, and something just didn't add up. So what I did was I texted a friend of mine. I said, do me a favor, call me in the next 20 minutes. And I kept asking the guy, do you want anything? He said, nah. And I said, you know what, hey, let me just pack up the stuff. I'm about to head back to country, and got myself ready. And he kept asking me, can I bring it back? Can I bring it back? And I was staying at the Red Door off Ligony. And hey, went outside to bring him outside, got my stuff, had my backpack on me and my small duffel bag with the stuff that I was showing him. And something told me that something just wasn't right when I got outside the door, pressed the key card for his cab to exit the apartment complex. And as I was outside, I saw this guy in the corner, which kind of seemed strange. Sum up the story again, two guys along with that guy that came out of the apartment attacked me, and there's a fight. I got robbed, my finger got broken as a result. I did fight. So the only thing they got was just my cell phone, nothing more. I now went to the police station at Matilda's corner and I reported what was going on. Kudos, and I'm going to hold my hands like this, they were beyond professional. They were very, very courteous. They were very, very kind. They took the report. Look, on me, the guys had run away in a taxi. While I was there reporting the crime, the taxi driver came in, told them that he was a witness of a crime and my cards and stuff that was in my phone wallet. He came and brought it to me. So here's my issue. It is important for me to have this conversation because too often we have this conversation that it is the heterosexual community that is against us. That's a lie. Some come closer. Within Jamaica social gay context, you have the homosexual, you have the gay men, and you have the bumbleclot Batman. So when you hear Buju Banton say boom bye bye and the nasty man them fi dead, those are the kind of nasty man that Buju Banton was talking about, that I 100% support need to die. So here's the irony to my story. I guess after police did the investigation, found out I was a US citizen, and bear in mind, US embassy is like a couple blocks down the road from the police station I went to. I got treated with the velvet gloves. I got that. Fully understand, no issue, no problem, it's just what it is. And got to the point where I realized that things were changing because they now realized that I'm a gay man. So the velvet gloves came off and they weren't treating Mr. Tyson as the way how they should have. But throughout the whole conversation, throughout the whole ordeal, I will say that they were very, very professional, very, very kind, and beyond courteous. So I think it's important also for me to give them kudos and credit for the way in which they treated me. Because oftentimes we're told that they don't treat us well, and these are the crap that happens. So in my defense for them, on that day, that specific day, I'm going to point it out, on that specific day, I was treated very, very well. And can't have a fight, can't have an issue, it's just what it is. So the day went on and they asked me to stay back, and they took all my information, told them what was going on and how things went down.